Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome, and thanks for tuning in to Sound Authors with host Dr. Kent. Get set for candid conversations about everything from cuisine to culture, and from nature to nurture. Now here's your host, Dr. Kent.
Welcome to Sound Authors. This is Dr. Kent, and it's my honor here at the beginning of the show to have author Lilu Mace on, and she's got a book called I Lost My Job and I Liked It. Welcome to the show, Lilu.
Thank you.
Now, am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, it's Lilu. Yeah, Lilu Mace.
So you actually are French.
Yes, originally, yeah.
Very nice. Well, tell me about this book. I Lost My Job and I Liked It.
Yeah, well, that's the story of, I got this job from the U.S. I lived for 8 years in the U.S. and then got a job in London as Internet Marketing Director. And I worked for the company for about 7 months and then lost my job in February. And I decided to record, I thought that this was not a coincidence. You know, first of all, if this was happening, maybe that was the time to finally live my dream. So I saw it as an opportunity. And then I decided to apply all the principles and the law of attraction and all those wonderful universal laws that I heard about. And I said, this is the time right now to apply it and make my dream job happen and actually empower millions of people. This is something I've always wanted. And so I really walked the talk and recorded this journey, and it took me 30 days to discover my dream job, find it, and now I feel totally blessed by the fact that I've lost my job.
And you've done a number of things. Talk about that for a minute, including some really popular YouTube videos, and you ended up meeting Oprah Winfrey, and tell us about those adventures.
Yeah. Well, I've done quite a lot of personal development seminars and things like that, and with some friends we got together and we thought how wonderful it would be to create a structure that would help people to really apply that for 100 days at a time. So we created something that is out there right now called the 100-Day Reality Challenge, where for 100 days people apply the law of attraction, set some goals, and so you declare on video on YouTube what you want your next 100 days to look like, what you want to attract in your life, and then you share with other people viewing those videos your successes and challenges. So I started doing those videos back in 2005. I've been very playful with them, and now I have about 550 videos and 2 million views on YouTube, and it's just been this amazing adventure where each season, each 100 day, I see some crazy things that are out there that I have no idea how I'm going to attract. And one of them, I moved to Chicago back in 2006, and I declared I want to meet Oprah Winfrey. And I was having dinner with this new guy, like a date at Marché, and I shared with him that I would love to meet Oprah. And he said, well, it's funny because we're right around the Harpo studio, so we go in front of Harpo, I get my picture taken, and then that same night I declare on video I'm going to meet her before the end of the year, and that was in November. And the next thing you know is 2 days later, this Brian ended up bumping into Oprah herself in the elevator of the Ritz-Carlton, and he didn't know what to tell her, but just like, I just met this Lilu, her dream would be to meet you. And there we go, Oprah offered 2 tickets to be in the Oprah show the next day, which she usually doesn't do, and it was just a phenomenal adventure meeting this world leader that has always inspired me to meet her in person. And then the show was on Dream Job, and that's when I realized, I want to do what she's doing. So 2 days after meeting her, I started my own TV show in Chicago called Live a Juicy Life, interviewing other authors, inspiring authors. And so before you know, this video has actually probably got 100,000 views, and I've done quite a lot of them. You see the before and the after, which is quite phenomenal because you see me declare it. I have no idea at the time how it's going to happen, and then boom, you have the manifestation. So when I lost my job, I really thought this is the opportunity to empower quite a lot of people facing those challenges right now. And it is a tough time where you're scared to, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to, dream job? What are you talking about? I just need to find a job to pay my rent, you know? And this is the fear and all what the media are just injecting in us, but there is such a different path for us to choose, and I think this is the best time ever to go for our dream job and to realize our own potential, because we have huge potential that we're not even tapping into yet, I think.
Right, and it is a very negative time in the media and for a lot of people because they're sort of taking stock of their debts, and it's a time of a lot of fear. So tell me about what's inside this book. What can we expect from this journey that you've taken, and how did you put it into the book?
Yeah, well, what you can expect is really a authentic journey of someone that is going through this, and I share my fears, but at the same time I also share the different tools that I've been using for a while now that help me to clarify what I really wanted to do, that helped me to shift my moods, and including creating vision boards and visualization and all kind of things that really help you to get out of that negative mojo, you know, that is going on. And it is inspiring. You start reading the book and you're just taken by the whole story. It's a very, very, it feels like a one-on-one, you know, connection here, and it's just wonderful to then, you know, be holding the final manifestation ultimately of this journey. And so it's from the feedback that I had so far, because we just got it out, is that people are finding themselves and just are called in action, because it does the mirror effect. You know, it's a stream of consciousness diary. So it's all the thoughts, but you recognize yourself with those fears and those passions, or some things that you would like to do, and then the consequence is immediate action and you attracting your dream job, and have some already wonderful stories that are out there, and it's absolutely a blessing to receive the feedback every day, all this positive feedback. So,
well, and where can folks find the book itself?
The book is on Amazon.com. I also have a website dedicated to the book called ilostmyjob-books.com. And then there's quite a lot of videos also about the book. There's also on YouTube, there's this free visualization to attract your dream job. So it's I think 6-minute visualization where I guide you to start visualizing right now what your dream job is going to be. And that what you do is that you start anchoring that feeling inside of you right now, and you start having new ideas on how you can go about it. And those are recap moments, you know, where you finally have this brilliant idea, and you won't be able to attract that idea if you're coming from a space of fear and negativity. You have to really take control of that, and you are powerful. You're a powerful co-creator. I always call people co-creators because we're always co-creating. And I hope you're going to tap in your power now. This is the moment.
So let's say someone loses their job. What's the first step that people take?
Well, the first step, I think, is to really be with what's happening. And we all have different reactions. For me, it was a liberating moment. I'm like, anything is possible now. But that's the kind of attitude I have. But some people, it's about releasing that anger and being with it. You know, I recommend journaling, getting out, taking some time for yourself, and really start reconnecting, you know, with what is important. I didn't go personally to start talking to some friends because I didn't want to go in the pity party and the victim mode, because that was too easy. I'm a person that believes that we're 100% responsible in our life, and that's one of the founding principles that you'll discover in the book. You know, is really, if this happens, ultimately I believe like we created, because we've dreamt something bigger. When I got fired that season 11, I had declared at the beginning of the 100 days that I wanted a juicy season, and by juicy I mean full of passion and purpose. So the next thing I know, I got fired, and yes, that was a shock. I had moved everything from the U.S., but what I know is that that wasn't a coincidence, and this is what's happening. It could be the biggest blessing. So I dealt with it, you know, and that's what I explain in the book, and you'll see how I dealt with it, and maybe get some new ideas. But it's been an exciting adventure, and if you allow it, just really be with that, and it can be the best thing ever.
And that is something that's very interesting. How do you take something that's negative and turn it into something positive? Now, I've heard that in times of economic downturn like this, people actually spend a lot more time with their families, and they spend a lot more time. So people actually aren't all that much worse off when they lose their jobs. Yeah.
If you reconnect, I think those times right now in this economy, in the dark time, is really, we have to tap in something else inside of us. This is a time where we're going to access our biggest potential and start helping each other, start connecting in different ways. This is the time to go back to being human again, and to discover what we're really good at, because I believe until you really do something that you're 100% passionate about, then somebody else is going to be better than you, and you're going to work at a different realm, and it's going to be competition. But when you do something that you love, let me tell you, there's nothing that can stop you, and it's absolutely brilliant. And then you bring everybody with you along the way, so it's connecting you to everyone and to your heart, and it's just really, really beautiful, and it's worth looking at, or at least try it on. And yes, people will be connecting, and you start attracting then your team player, the real people that really want generally to help you, and you help them. It's just like win-win-win. It's not just two ways, it's three ways. It's just absolutely beautiful.
And talk about the concept of attraction. I know a little bit about that. When did you stumble across that, and what does it mean to you?
Well, the law of attraction, I think the first book I read about it was Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, and also Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. And I remember sitting in my bathroom and listening to that tape, and because I hated my roommate at the time. I was like, something better is out there. That can't be it. And so I was looking for some new solutions, and just tried it out. I heard that you can attract a parking spot easily and some money, so I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And then The Secret came out, and that's a great movie, I think, to watch, or a book to kind of get a sense of what the law of attraction can do. But the law of attraction is really like when you what you focus on expands. So your thoughts are actually vibrations, and if you put out there, if you can already be with what you want to attract, then you just attract that. You attract the people, you attract the resources that you need, and sometimes we make money as the biggest excuse, but really there's so much bigger, there's so much more than that. Money comes when money comes. And the law of attraction is always at work, no matter what. It's like the law of gravity. And it's a matter of focusing on what you want and visualizing, and then and the next thing you know, you just follow the next inspired action, and it just unfolds. You see one step at a time, and then the whole staircase. I think that's Martin Luther King that said that. You don't have to have it all figured out. One thing leads to another, and then to another, and then to another. Just remain with that positive, strong mindset, and do whatever it takes to keep on feeling good and focusing on what you really want. And then the elements are going to come to you. So you're already being that person that if you want to be successful, then you're coming from that standpoint. You're already visualizing your success, and therefore you're attracting the people that are going to help you along the way. Like right now, I'm writing the second book on what it takes to actually becoming bestseller. So it's the whole law of attraction to become a bestseller. And just today I received an email, and somebody wanted me to connect with Ron Howard, and the next thing you know is that I meet him, and now he's teaching me some principles and helping me to just roll in another 5,000 books, and it's this unbelievable synchronicity that is beautiful, and absolutely magnificent when it happens, and then gratitude just flows from there, and even more then comes.
Well, it's been an honor chatting with Lilou Mace. She's well known on the internet by her first name, Lilou, and you can check out her website, ilostmyjob-book.com, and there's some great links to all of her sites and videos, and then the book, of course, is called I Lost My Job and I Liked It, 30-Day Law of Attraction Diary of a Dream Job Seeker. Thank you so much.
And you also have, by the way, the song.
And the song, tell me about that.
Yeah, there's a song because originally I kept on having that song, I lost my job and I liked it, like the song from Katy Perry, I kissed a girl and I liked it. So I kept on having that song and it would shift my mood, and then at the end I thought, but this is the title of the book, of course it is, and I changed all the lyrics, I took some singing lessons, I cannot sing, I don't care, I just recorded it and posted that on YouTube. So if you want to have a good laugh, just type in I lost my job and I liked it, or I lost my job song, and then you'll probably bump into it.
Wonderful. I'll definitely check it out. Thank you so much for talking to us today about your book.
Thank you for having me.
And we've been talking to Lilou Mace, and my next guest on the show is another author, Elizabeth Fournier. She's the author of All Men Are Cremated Equal.